Welcome to Blog to Your Talent. This is Lesson 6. We are on the topic of why you should blog. One of the reasons why you should blog is because you want to be able to connect with others that are as interested as you are in the skill set that you're developing. This is important because without the blog, it's going to be very difficult for you to find those people. Today, what is really exciting about the internet is that you can find people with very, very specialized skill sets and talents. If you try to just look at your community and find a person like this, it's going to be very difficult.
You can't go down the street and
No.
gather all the people who are into piano playing and meet at your house at 3 o'clock.
You just can't do that.
It's hard to do that.
In fact, if you have a talent that's that popular, you want to be careful about going too far down that road because you're going to be entering a marketplace where there's too many people with that same talent. So you need to be a little more specialized, find something that's going to be a little harder to connect with other people because there are not going to be that many people in the field. But blogging allows you to get around that problem. You're going to be able to project to the world that you are serious about your talent, and other people who are just like you are going to find you on the internet. You're not going to be isolated anymore. And one of the better ways to do that is to actually go to online forums and start meeting up with people. Now, Renee, you have noticed probably one of our two of our kids, in fact, all three of them. Okay, all three of them have really connected with people in their talent field. And you can tell me more.
I think this is the most exciting part for a parent to see because you want your kids to have good friends. Let me talk to the kids though. You want to have friends who are interested in what you do, and so you might have just discovered something amazing about your talent and you want to share that with your buddy. So you go run out or you call on the phone and say, hey, did you know that this can do that? And if they aren't into the same thing that you are, they're kind of, yeah, or they might be a little bit more enthusiastic than that if they're a good friend. But they aren't going to come back with, well, you should try this too, and hey, I just found this out. And so our kids have definitely found, this has been one of the biggest, most valuable parts about their blog and their talent building, is that they are finding people all different ages from all over the world. So now they have to learn how to connect with people who are in different time zones too. And if they want to set up, like, for example, a Skype call with someone who is in Ireland, they have to figure that out. But that's all part of the community building. And if they only just joined a forum and said, oh, I'm really into this, I'm an expert at coding, for example, there's no proof. So a lot of these other people want to see proof, and they see that proof in your blog.
Yep.
So they can go back, if you kind of sign your name and then you put your blog address in there, then these people can come and check you out because people kind of want to check
Well,
each
in
other
fact,
out
we
first.
have one son who's very much into bladesmithing, and he wanted to join a professional forum.
Yeah.
But in order to join, he had to submit his reasons for joining and his credentials. And
these are the
experts
top
in their
experts.
fields,
Yeah.
and we had to wait. And what we did is we submitted his blog link, and I think it made a big difference for him being allowed in.
He was able to prove that, no, he's not an expert at bladesmithing yet, but he has come a long way, and he knows the terminology, and he knows the language to use with others in his field. So now, because of that, because he has that proof with his blog post, he can use that. He can throw that out there. And so our kids are meeting a lot of neat people in the blogosphere and in
making friends
other
because of
forums,
that too.
and making friends, and then they find other points of connection that they like, and they become almost as close or closer in a lot of ways than if that person was somebody that they would see once a week. I mean, they are really on that more intense level where if the person happened to live a city away, they would definitely want to meet up. That's the kind of friends that they're making. And as parents, we get excited about that because it's important for us to know that you guys are making good, solid friends.
Yes. And so in this lesson, what I want you to do is sign up for a Google account. You may want to talk to your parents about this first. Mm-hmm. And if you're too young and you can't do it under your own name, your mother or your father can probably let you use their account, and they can explain to you how to do that. But the purpose of getting a Google account is for you to find a Google Plus community. And in a Google Plus community is basically where people of different skills and different interests have a group together and post information of interest in your talent
They're
field.
sharing information, and so as soon as something new comes out, that's where people share it, and then you get to find out about the latest and the newest.
You're going to be on the cutting edge when you join those
Yeah.
communities, and it's going to be exciting just to hear people talk about it and give you sweet dreams at night. So, all right, this is the end of this lesson, and happy talent journey. We'll see you on the next one.
Okay, we're here with Caleb, and I wanted Caleb to tell you a little bit about the Google Plus community that he is involved in that is related to his talent.
This community, I got Google Plus a little while back, came along with a YouTube account, so I got into the Google Plus, surfed around a bit, found things, and I found this one bladesmithing forum that was hosted by a bladesmith from the Netherlands. Anyway, so I joined the forum, community. I joined the community, started asking questions, sort of warmed up to the bladesmiths, if you get what I mean. And so I just got tons of information from them because these are professionals who are online from around the world. And I'm just there. They could tell me immediately what I need. I can bring a specific question like, I've got this, I need to add a little more of this, how do I do that?
And do you get answers?
Immediately, almost.
Immediately,
Yeah.
which is why you're checking your mail. So you're able to get quick feedback on a question. So you might be in the garage working on something, and then you think, oh man, I wish I knew the answer to this. So you can go
So I run off to the computer.
post your question onto the community, and then within minutes you have
Yeah.
some answers. And these are professional answers. These are not just,
yeah.
I don't know, I think you should just go, nah.
Yeah.
This is something where it's actually people who are very, very focused in their talent,
Yeah.
and they offer advice and so on.
It's not like I have to send a letter to them, wait a couple of weeks. for it
So
to
aren't you
fix.
glad you don't have to? Although it'd be nice if they all lived here and you can go meet up with them, but by the time you make an appointment and then you go
Yeah.
out there and then you feel kind of obligated to pay them because they're giving you their advice, so this is a neat way to do it. So Google Plus Community is a good way to find people. Okay, thank you, Caleb. Okay, Nicholas is also a part of a couple different Google communities, and he uses those to interact with other people and to find out what other people are doing and ask. Do you ever ask questions if you need help?
Yeah,
Okay, like related to,
like coding things, like my Raspberry Pi,
okay.
things like that.
And let's say you ask a question. You're working on something and you're kind of stuck and you need an answer right away. So you go there. Is that where you would go?
Yeah, usually I get an answer in about 10 minutes.
Okay, so within 10 minutes, and that's kind of what Caleb was saying too, is when he puts a question up, he always gets an answer right away. So how many different communities are you a part of?
About 3 or 4.
Okay, and can you name some of them?
Well, one of them's a coding Christian group, and another is the Raspberry Pi community, and then
Okay.
there's the private group that I made for my server. So yeah.
Okay, good. And I want to tell the parents out there that where for us in our age group, Facebook would probably be where we go and communicate with people. I'm finding actually a lot more community just interest and more of my kind of people, I guess I want to say, in Instagram. So that's a second place for those of us in our 30s and 40s to interact with other people. And but for Nicholas's generation, and if I can get on top of things, my generation, Google Plus is really where it's at as far as being able to find people. You really can't find as much interaction and help on Facebook within your talent as you do within Google Plus. So those of us in my age group, if we don't jump on it and get involved in Google Plus, at least get your kids to, because that's where it's going to be at in the future. And if they choose to go on to college, everybody will be there. So if they learn it now and they're under your roof to kind of navigate and show them how to do it while they are young and still under your roof, then when they get out there in college, they'll already know how to get around. So Google Plus, do you like Google Plus?
Yes.
Do you check it every day?
Yes.
I thought so. Okay, thank you, Nicholas.